Course in Miracles and Course in different words, but I thought, yes, that's it. So, yeah, I'm ecstatic. Woohoo!
I have a synchronicity around this talk I'm gonna give today. I'll talk about it in the talk. In the message.
Yeah.
All right, if you can start in a couple minutes, Debbie, that'll be right on time.
Oh, I already started.
Oh, you already started.
Yeah, she was playing, so I started.
Okay, so where's it at now?
We're recording.
So we're published.
Yeah. Yeah, I just heard her playing the music.
Go ahead.
Morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I love that dress. I love the colors.
Oh, thank you. It's comfortable.
Good.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, that's all I care about right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. We went shopping yesterday, and all I got home, and I just put on my fat pants. I call them. It's just like, oh, this feels so good.
You know. Yeah.
Who cares?
I can't do much with it anyway.
Right. I give up. So yeah. So I'm gonna be comfortable and happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beauty comes from within anyway.
That's right. It does. For me?
And for the group, if you want to share them with them.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning and welcome to Unity of Huntsville. The title of the message today will be Shalom, which is appropriate since today is the International Day of Peace. And we'll be celebrating that and observing that today with a moment of silence after the sermon. Unity of Huntsville is an inclusive, compassionate community that supports the realization of our divine potential, the awakening of our hearts, and healing through interactive learning, practice, and service. Our mission is transforming lives and inspiring people to make a positive difference in our world. My name is Reverend Dean Isley, and I'll be giving the message today as well as singing the music. I would also like to introduce Debbie Priest on the keyboards, accompanying the music, and Valerie, who is running the slideshow behind me, managing our live stream. Thank you, Valerie.
Yep.
And now, let us stand and sing together our opening song. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 One more. My soul is welcome here. And now, before you seat yourself, please greet one another in hands of fellowship as we sing Weave.
Morning.
Hi. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm very well. Good. Nice to see you.
You also. Hi there.
Weave us together. Weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together. Weave us together, together in love. Please be seated. And let us sing now our next song, We Come Together, by Jack Fowler. We used to call it Tapestry. We come together in this moment. We bind our hearts in love. We all form a tapestry woven from one mind, one creation, undivided, a unique expression of God. We come together now in one accord. We come together in this moment. We bind our hearts in love. We all form a tapestry woven from one mind, one creation, undivided, a unique expression of God. We come together now in one accord. We come together now in one accord.
Morning.
Please join me as we affirm together our opening statement. There is only one presence and one power in my life and the universe, God. And now I'd like to read for you from the Daily Word. The Daily Word is a publication of Unity World Headquarters. And the word of the day on this International Day of Peace is world peace. And the affirmation is, I bless the world with thoughts of peace. And the message is, the word shalom is synonymous with the word peace. But it means more than an absence of war and conflict. Shalom, appearing frequently in the Bible, is also used to affirm wholeness and well-being. True, lasting well-being requires the kind of peace known by living in alignment with God. Anchored in peace, people are less likely to be in conflict and more likely to appreciate that the beautiful planet Earth offers goodness and abundance for all. When I pray for a peaceful world, I pray shalom for myself and for each person of every land to have their needs met, to know lasting well-being for themselves and their families, to live in harmony, and to work toward our common good. The scripture is from the letter from James, chapter 3 and verse 18. And the harvest of righteousness is sown in peace to make peace. And the affirmation is, I bless the world with thoughts of peace. And the word of today is world peace. Remembering this word, world peace, let us affirm together our Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. And now let us go a little deeper in prayer together. I invite you to check in with your body, noticing your posture. Perhaps taking a deep breath, breathing in gently, but fully filling your lungs. And releasing and relaxing. Perhaps one more deep and holy breath. We allow our bodies to relax. Of this moment, present to this space and this time, right where your feet are, right now. We are, each one of us, a child of God, beloved, perfect, good, right now, just the way we are. We are harmonious and whole. We are a unique expression of God in this universe. The energy that is our being is woven together in a tapestry with all the beings of the world. Shalom. It is the recognition of this interconnectedness, the peace and harmony that comes from the awareness of our oneness with God and one another. We open our hearts to the presence of God in us and all around us, knowing that we do have something that is ours to do in this universe. Each one of us, something. It will be different than our neighbor, but no less important. We open ourselves as we go into the silence together, observing peace, knowing that we are in our peace, raising the vibration of the collective tapestry that is life and humanity on this earth and throughout this universe. We are the peace of God expressing in this world. The peace that is greater than any understanding. Compassion, love, joyful peace. We go there in the silence together right now. open vessel with your guidance and your love, so that I may hear your still small voice and know what is mine to do. All is in divine order. And so we wait patiently. Spirit, what is my next step on my spiritual path? What is mine to do to bring your peace into this world? We are grateful for this day, for this beautiful weather, for one another and our gathering, and the energy that is brought on and accelerated by our presence with one another. And we know that those who are joining us online are participating in the same tapestry that has woven us together today. Grateful for this life energy that's flowing through our bodies now in all abundance, such great abundance that we may freely share it with all of those around us, with all we love, with every person in the world without exception on this International Day of Peace, so that all are uplifted, that no one is without, that all families are joined together in harmony, that we have nothing to fear. We all are in the presence of God and one another. We are grateful with this spirit of thankfulness that has no object, only a knowing of gratitude. And so it is. Amen. Shalom. Shalom is a word that's used amongst the people that Jesus came from, the Hebrew people, as a greeting and imparting. It was so much more to say when we spoke to one another this word shalom than only peace be with you. It meant God be with you. It meant let us recognize the Spirit that's in each one of us, that we share in God. Let us move together and apart in harmony. There is always enough for you and for me and for everyone. It's very much in my way of seeing it, in my way especially of feeling it, as that word that's used in the culture from India of namaste. That the divine in me sees the divine in you, that we are together in this, that we are part of this tapestry, part of this harmony. Shalom. Shalom, shalom. Just a little side. The city Jerusalem is city of peace if you translate it directly. That shalom that we say is more like shalom, Jerusalem. So it's the city of peace. I had an occurrence that I just couldn't ignore. Whenever I get one of these little synchronicities, I have to bring it up. So today I'd like to read from you from the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. It's a really short line, but it fits so well that I just have to read it to you. It's from the sutra number 23 in the very first chapter. And Patanjali is talking about how we may realize our oneness with God, to use language that's common to us. And he uses a Sanskrit word in here. So I'm gonna read it as Swami Vivekananda translated it into English. Or by devotion. So this is one of the ways that we may come to know God in our own being. Or by devotion to Isvara. That word Isvara is a Sanskrit word. And the synchronicity was that I had in my inbox on Monday an email about this idea of Isvara. And it referred to this. This Isvara is got to do with giving ourself with a lowercase s to God, or self with an uppercase s. It's got to do with this harmony of our separate self with Ruah, Spirit in us. This harmony is Isvara. We practice this harmony. That's one of the ways that Patanjali is telling us that we can know God in our life. It reminds me so much of the commandment that Jesus said was the most important commandment in all of the law. That we love God with all of our heart, with all of our soul, with all of our mind, and with all of our strength. We give our full attention to God in everything that we do. And that's what I think Patanjali was pointing to in this sutra. The daily word today, which is world peace. The word shalom is synonymous with peace, but it's so much more than an absence of conflict. It's an affirmation of our wholeness and well-being. Anchored in peace, people are less likely to be in conflict and more likely to appreciate that the beautiful planet Earth offers goodness and abundance for all. There's no need to fight. We all have enough, and there's always enough. Let us remember this as we go through today, the International Day of Peace. And it's one thing to say that I'll give all of my attention to Spirit, to God. That I will allow my separate self to be passive as my true self, as Spirit in me becomes more active and dominant in my life. And it's quite another to put that into practice. So I'd like to share with you a technique. I've talked a little bit about it before in the form of alarm clocks. Things like a dog barking reminds me, hey, I'm going to remember the truth of who I am. Or when we come to a red light, we take a spirit break. So this is another kind of an alarm clock. And we all have it. It's called our habits. So it can be something really large, like when I gave up smoking, to something very small, like I always put on my left shoe and then my right shoe. Don't ask me why. I can remember such mechanicalness in myself, the way the separate self that's governed by these habits, that is just reacting, that is always in this mode of control. As I was giving up smoking, this was back in the year 2000, in the late summer. In August, I celebrate that anniversary. Just had another one. But I had been quit smoking for about a week, and I was still carrying a pack of cigarettes in my breast pocket. Just a technique that I was using. the idea of not doing something. I didn't have to do anything to quit smoking. I just had to not do something. Should be as easy as cake, right? But we have these habits. And one day a friend of mine came over who was also a smoker, and we started talking, and as we were talking, he started going through the motions of getting a cigarette out and pulling out his lighter. And unbeknownst to me, I had gotten my cigarette pack out of my pocket. I had put one in my mouth, and I had grabbed my lighter, which was still in my pocket. I carried that lighter around for over a year. Pulled that lighter out, and I had lit the lighter, and I had an awakening to the mechanicalness of what I was doing, of that habit. And I took that cigarette and I threw it out of my mouth. I was so amazed at how close I had come after a week. I know it wasn't the nicotine that had me at that point, because it had already been a week. It was habit. Habit is strong. But that makes them all the more a tool for our awareness. They're a really effective alarm clock. And we have so many of them that we can always move to another one when we become used to one of them being an alarm clock. So I decided that at one point that I would use putting on my shoes as an alarm clock, because I was always in the habit of putting on my left shoe first and my right shoe second. And then when I got ready to take them off, left shoe first, right shoe second. I probably had something to do with in the Army. We always start out on our left foot. I don't know. That's just my guess on where it came from. But it was an effective way to make myself aware of what I was doing while I was putting on my shoes. Instead of pulling on the left shoe first, we put on the right shoe first that morning. It can work the same way with when we step out. You know, and I know this was from the Army, because I do tend to step out with my left foot still, even to this day, because that's what we were trained to do when we were marching. So we would all start together, we would all start on our left foot and then go. And so I still do it. I find myself taking turns. When I turn a corner, I'll pivot on my toes, just like I was taught in marching. I mean, it's all these habits. So anyone habits, and I know you've got your own, they're going to be different than mine, but they can become an alarm clock. It can be a tool for us to remember the truth of who we are. In that moment, we find, oh, I'm fixing to do that habit again. It can be as simple as the way we walk, the gait. Instead of walking with that normal speed, we can slow it down. Or we can speed it up. Anything that's a little bit different from what you normally do will bring your attention to the present moment, where you can be aware of the Christ within. It takes a little bit of control away from our separate self and hands it over to our true self. Because it's not separate self that's aware of the habit. It's highest and best in us. It is spirit within us. And the more we practice this with little things, the easier it is when we get into one of those situations that really gives us the trigger and brings on a fit of some action, some behavior that's not a part of who we truly are, and we know it. We know it because of the way it makes us feel in our body, because of what we do that's not in love to somebody we love, or just another human being. If we're not in kindness, if we're not in joy, if we're not in peace, you can just about guarantee that we are in separate self. Breathe with it. Breathe with it. Because we're not going to beat ourselves up because we find ourselves over that line and over in separate self. Because we just realized that we were in separate self. What a victory. Just knowing that we did it. Becoming aware that, look at this tension that I brought into my body. Look at this pain. We don't celebrate the pain that we just gave another person, but we celebrate that we became aware of it. That now we have a choice. In this awareness, we can bring ourselves back to center, back to compassion, back to love, back to kindness, back to joy. This process brings peace. The same peace that we bring to ourselves is then radiated like a ripple in a pond out into the world. This is the peace of God that passes all understanding. I think that's on the front of the bulletin. What a good bulletin that Becky picked for today. I don't know if she knew it was International Day of Peace or not, but she sure picked a good one. I just want to share a couple of scriptures so you don't know that it's only coming from Patanjali, but actually Jesus was teaching this too. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus tells us that blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. So really to see this in its full content, we must remember that a name in Aramaic Hebrew culture is the same as saying someone's nature. In other words, we carry the nature that is our name. In the Lord's Prayer, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Sacred is your nature. See? So, we're going to have the nature of being an offspring of God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for their nature will be that of God. Blessed, fully ripened, sweet and juicy, fully ripened, blessed are those who are radiating this peace. For they will be claiming the nature of spirit. The prophet Jeremiah in chapter 29, verse 7 says, you got to remember here, the Hebrew people are exiled. They're in Babylon. So they're in this foreign city. And you know Babylon, Babylon, Hollywood, that's not a good thing to say about Hollywood, right? Hollywood, Babylon, it's kind of like Sin City. And seek the peace of the city, Babylon, where I have caused you to be carried away captives, and pray to the Lord for it. For in the peace thereof shall you have peace. In the middle of this city that is so full of strife and disconnecting from God, we are to seek the peace. Even in the middle of the furthest discord, there's always that peace. We're never without it, even in that city of Babylon. Seek that peace. Pray to the highest self in us, the Lord, the one we give authority to, the one we seek separate self to be submissive to, and we will experience that peace. Isn't that the same as saying that harmony? The harmony of separate self with true self, from that synchronicity that I had with the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. I'd say that word in Sanskrit, but I can't. Didn't stick. Shalom. Shalom, shalom. Let that be our affirmation today as we remember the International Day of Peace. We're going to sing a song together to remind us of this shalom. Actually, we won't do it together. I'll do it on guitar. Sometimes I don't know about me. I'm sure that had to come from separate self. This is a beautiful song written by Daniel Nahmod on his album that's titled Water. And water is something that's very unique in our world. The forces of water can tear down a mountain into a desert, into a flat land. But yet it's so passive that no matter what container you put it in, it forms itself to that container. It's perfectly malleable, and yet it has such power that it can flatten a mountain and then form a valley where that mountain used to be. So let's take a moment now to go into silence. You might close your eyes or leave them open. But in this silence, let's remember Shalom in our heart and in this world. I've seen my share of struggle when I thought that I knew best, when I sailed through the storm instead of stopping to rest. And it always seems the hardest when I've made up my stubborn mind. Well, I'm changing my ways this time. Wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyon, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. Have you ever seen an eagle head straight into the wind? He doesn't pick a fight, spreads his wings and just gives in. And in the end he always makes it home just fine. Yes, he knows every storm subsides. Wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyons, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. I'll let nature take its course, no more thinking that I know where the river's meant to go. I've railed against the stars for the cards that I've been dealt, for the lottery I've never won, or the heartaches that I've felt. But it always seems when I let go expectation and regret, life has plenty of surprises for me yet. Wanna be like water coming down a mountain into shadowy canyon, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for wanna be like water coming down the mountain in the shadowy canyon, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head up hill no more. I am bound for the sea. Shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom is a celebration of abundance. Because when we know that there is always enough, there is nothing to fear. And so there's nothing to fight about. Shalom, shalom. Let us celebrate this abundance as we sing a song and pass the offering basket, so that we have the opportunity to freely give from our heart, knowing that as we give to ourselves. Patrick, would you volunteer to help me collect the offering? Thank you. And if you know the words, sing with me. And if you don't know the words, they'll be on the screen behind me, and you can sing with me too. This song by Jack Fowler. I celebrate my abundance today. By giving this gift, I show my faith. As I open my heart, my world becomes a better place. I release all fear as I share gratefully. This love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself. If you're joining us online and you would like to give freely from your heart to further this ministry so that this message of truth may be spread wider throughout this world, we invite you to go to unityofhuntsville.org and click on the donate button. Let us bless all the offerings collected this morning here in the sanctuary and all of those offerings being made online as we affirm together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Lovingly I give and lovingly I receive. Thank you. I'd like to share with you some announcements now. Betsy and I have started a class. It's the Integral Ministry Certification Program. And we'll be sharing more about that with you throughout these months. It's a year-long course, so we'll have plenty of opportunities to share. Let's just say, since I first heard about it, I've been bringing these ideas back to y'all, and we're already on our way to realizing integral ministry here at Unity of Huntsville. We have, I don't think, ever been a minister-centric church. I am not the center of this ministry. We are a circle around this ministry. Each one of us has ownership. each one of us doing what is ours to do to bring this ministry forward into the world as we follow the collective vision and mission that I read at the very beginning. Perhaps that's the most important announcement to make today. But we'll be letting you know as we come up with a time to share these ideas as they come to us. Most likely on Zoom and most likely on a weekday evening. But in the meantime, today is the third Sunday. So on every first and third Sundays, there is a life support circle that meets. It's a safe space to get together and share what's going on in your life amongst equals so that you may receive the support that comes from being together. What happens in support circle stays in support circle. Every second Sunday, we have a potluck dinner here at Unity of Huntsville. And if you're joining us online, we really would love to see you come down and eat with us. Second and fourth Sundays, we also have a Course in Miracles presentation by Lindsay Strickland, who drives down here to share the wisdom that she has gained through practicing Course in Miracles and studying with Marianne Williamson and other teachers. We value her knowledge and understanding of these principles so that we may bring this truth out into our lives. So, even if you've not been there for the first lesson, it's okay. The Course in Miracles is kind of like a sermon here at Unity. You can always start in wherever it is, because we start right where we're at, wherever our feet are. And that's the way we all start on our spiritual path. And these lessons of truth are just like that. We've got something new that we're starting on fifth Sundays. It's going to be sort of a lesson, a very brief lesson, followed by meditation. Together, a collective meditation. We had our first one on the fifth Sunday in, was it August we had fifth Sunday? So more to come on that. In November, and that's coming on us quick, because you know right after November what comes is Christmas. And Christmas always comes quick. I mean, I don't know how it happens. Every year it seems to come quicker and quicker. But in November, Armand and Angelina, a singing ministry duo, husband and wife, will be here in Unity of Huntsville. They'll present the service, a musical service. All the music will be Armand and Angelina and the message. We do hope to live stream that, but there's nothing like being here in person. So we invite you all to come out on November 16th and support Armand and Angelina. We'll have a brief dinner upstairs. It'll almost be like a potluck, so if you want to, you can bring something. If not, just come and enjoy the food. And after that, we'll have, they're calling it a play shop, because a workshop sounds like too much work. We're going to learn how to play the Native American flute. Armand is a wonderful teacher, and he's going to bring flutes that have these little plastic tubes, you know, so you get to open the tube and know that it's just your spit. I know. But we don't share the cooties with everybody else who's played that same flute. And then at the end of the class, if you because you're going to be so inspired by how well you play the flute, you're going to want to buy one from them. And they've got plenty of them for sale after the class. And then on Monday evening, that next Monday, which is the 17th, at 7 o'clock, right here in the sanctuary, we'll get a musical comedy show. Armand and Angelina will present just their hilarity and the beauty of their music together. So we invite you to all come out and ask your friends to come out. What a wonderful time to celebrate unity and enjoy entertainment together. I hope we fill up this room for them. And it's all based on love offering, so it really doesn't cost you anything for any of this stuff. So just come on out and share in the energy and the vibe of being together.
Excuse me, dear.
Oh,
deer.
look at the deer walking down the side
Oh,
of the road.
fun.
And a little baby.
Fun. Too
Two
fun.
babies. Oh, Mama, you had twins.
Oh my God.
So, Unity of Huntsville. We're in the middle of the city. And here we
Wow.
have deer walking through our parking lot.
Huh.
Calmly, all
Calmly.
those little babies following their mama. You can't have a better demonstration of shalom than that. Gosh, if you're joining us online, I want to thank you and invite you to come down here and experience the peace, the energy. I can't think of a single person who hasn't shared about their experience when they first walked through those doors. And I had the same experience myself. The overwhelming peace, the energy that's been in this building since Unity has been in this building since 1972. Weaving a tapestry of peace. Come and join us. That way you can experience the circle of light that we're going to share after the service.